What's good? It's your girl Tia, and welcome back to the SOS podcast. And we made it to episode 5. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting me so far. And let's continue on with this new journey, and let's continue to grow together. So let's get into today's topic. We're going to be talking about your mindset. What is your mindset like? What type of mindset do you have? Today, we're going to be talking about those 3 different types of mindsets. You have your fixed mindset, your growth mindset, and your evolutionary mindset. So a fixed mindset limits our potential for growth because our abilities and intelligence are fixed traits that can't be improved upon. This can lead to a fear of failure and a reluctance to take challenges that may help us grow. So people that have a fixed mindset highly resist the change. And you may think if you're not good at something that you'll never be good at it. You're not willing to take those risks. You're not willing to have that ambition to keep going when something fails. And you also feel threatened by other people's success. So anytime somebody else is succeeding, you don't see those type of people clapping their hands, yet you see them kind of being jealous of them. But they could do the same thing if they put in the effort, but they don't. So what are some of the cons of having a fixed mindset? When you have a fixed mindset, you're not willing to learn from others. You're not willing to take on those different, you're not willing to take on different learning opportunities. So you miss out on a lot of things. You miss out on a lot of jobs, a lot of relationship building because you have a one-track mindset. It's going to cut off your opportunities. Again, it may cut off your opportunities to have a better job or even a better lifestyle, just a better lifestyle in general, because you can always elevate your mindset. Even when you don't have nothing else, you can always pick up a book and read. You can even pick up your phone and look up on how to become a better version of yourself by elevating your mindset. So sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot. You just got to be willing to put in the work. And it also includes people giving up easier because they don't think they have the ability to do it. So then they give up easier. So what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is individuals who believe their talents can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and input from others. So people with a growth mindset feel like they can improve and they will improve as long as they put in the work. They put more energy into learning, into growing. And they tackle those difficult tasks without being afraid of failure. And their abilities aren't set in stone. You're always willing to change when you have a growth mindset. You're always looking for the next best thing, the next improvement. So I'm going to give you an example. If you're complaining about anyone or anything, whether it be personal or professional, you're coming from a fixed mindset. People go home and complain all the time to their spouses or family. And all this complaining is a clue that we're trapped in a mindset, a fixed mindset. A growth mindset wants to solve the problem through the other person. So this person is doing this. How can I help them? What's wrong with them? When you recognize that you may be the problem because maybe you're thinking about it too much. Maybe you're putting too much energy into the situation when you should be putting that energy into yourself. So then you're creating a problem within yourself. When you start to look at how you're the problem, that's when you become the solution. You look at, okay, maybe that's none of my business. Maybe I'm creating a problem where there is no problem. Or maybe I am forcing the problem to be there when it doesn't have to be. So that's when you become the solution, because you're realizing that you may be overthinking something, maybe a little too much. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Again, people that have a growth mindset, they're very dedicated to learning better things. They're better at taking on challenges as well because they're willing to make those mistakes. They don't see failure as a reflection of their inherent qualities, but rather as an opportunity to learn and improve. It's an opportunity for them to improve themselves and take lessons. Anytime that you may not succeed at whatever the goal is, it's not a complete loss. Never look at it like it's a complete loss. Only because you learned a lesson. You learned something from it. You may not have gotten the the end goal that you wanted, or the end, what you really wanted in the end, but you still learned some type of lesson. And even with that lesson, it was some type of growth. Embracing your challenges and persisting the face of setbacks is essential for growth and achievement. So embracing those failures, embracing those moments where you may thought your plan was going to be more one track and more linear, but success is never linear. You always going to have some type of setback, and it's not a setback in a negative way. Maybe you needed to slow down for a little moment, so you got slowed down so you could understand things. Maybe you need to learn patience a little bit better, learning to stay consistent. So sometimes you have to get slowed down in order to achieve certain goals. This mindset can lead to a greater resilience and creativity and success, both in your personal and professional life. So I think a growth mindset, honestly, is one of the best mindsets to have, because you're willing to grow, you're willing to learn even more. And once you do that, it really does open up a lot of opportunities for you. And you can really see your potential as a person in general, because you're growing, you're learning so much. So that was the difference between a growth and a fixed mindset. I think that I have a growth mindset in some ways. I'm still working on having a complete growth mindset, because we all have our moments where we may have a fixed mindset on something. Like I brought up earlier, when you complain about something, it's like you have a fixed mindset because you're stuck on that one topic. You're giving so much energy to that topic, and sometimes you don't even need to give energy to it. Just let it be, because half the time it doesn't have much to do with us. We just kind of make it about us. So then we make it our problem. You can't make other people's problems your problems. Once you start doing that, you create internal conflict with yourself, which causes external conflict. So I want to introduce you to a new concept, a new level of a mindset type, which is an evolutionary mindset. An evolutionary mindset takes us beyond a growth mindset. Having an evolutionary mindset means that we're ready to look inward, to evolve ourselves as a person and do the hard work that it takes to be a great leader or contributor. So when you have an evolutionary mindset, you're looking at what can you do to improve you? How can I make a difference in whatever the situation is? When you have an evolutionary mindset, you create solutions where none exist. When we have an evolutionary mindset, your world's view, your perceptions are fluid in connection. So your world, everything around you is kind of connected in a way. Everything is already connected, but when you have an evolutionary mindset, you're always looking at how you can improve. What can you do to improve yourself? Be a better person in the community, be a better person in your life. Your mindset is based on the knowledge that your external reality is created through your internal state. So your mindset is really all about what you know, what all you allow into your mind, what all you allow into your brain, your thoughts. What do you allow? Again, watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your destiny. When you understand that internal conflict creates external conflict, when you understand that when you have a lot of things going on internally, a lot of unchecked emotions, unchecked thoughts, things that need to be discussed but you don't discuss them, it's creating an internal conflict within yourself. And sometimes you hear the phrase, hurt people hurt people. That's when they have a lot of internal conflict going on. And sometimes people like to deflect that off on other people. It's not the best thing to do, but that's what happens sometimes. Embracing that growth-oriented perspective that prioritizes learning, development, and self-improvement. When you have an evolutionary mindset, you have a growth mindset, but it's like deeper than a growth mindset. Because with a growth mindset, yeah, you're willing to take a challenge, you're willing to take a change. With an evolutionary mindset, it's like you look at everything in a different perspective, and you put yourself in the shoes of how can I help, how can I improve. It involves recognizing that failure and setbacks are natural and necessary and parts of the learning process. So it's okay to fail. It's okay not to know everything. And that those experiences that are failures or setbacks can be used to fuel your growth. Like, okay, maybe you couldn't do a pull-up the last time that you went to the gym, and maybe you can do it now. Maybe you can do 2 or you can do 3, but you're gonna work harder at something. Maybe you didn't get that scholarship that you wanted this time, but you'll get it next time. You're gonna work 10 times harder, because if you really want something, then you're gonna go for it. No matter how many times you have a setback, no matter how many times that you have a failure, you're going to continue on. You're still going to have that ambition, because it drives you. When you fail one time, it makes you go harder. I can say it makes me go harder. If I didn't do good on last week's episode, then I'm going to work harder to do good on this episode, because I know that this is something that I want to do. This podcast is something that I want to do. So I'm going to work hard at it. I'm going to stay persistent with it, no matter how hard it gets or how difficult or confusing it is for me. I'm still going to do it. So overall, an evolutionary mindset involves a deep appreciation for the power of change and the importance of adaptability in navigating the complex and ever-evolving world around us. So what are some of the pros to having an evolutionary mindset? Some of those pros are having adaptability. An evolutionary mindset encourages individuals to be adaptable to changes and to learn from experiences, which can drive them in their ever-changing world. Innovation. Another one is innovation. An evolutionary mindset can stimulate creativity and innovation, as individuals are constantly looking for new solutions to problems and opportunities for growth. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is one of the ones that we done already talked about, but we're going to talk about it again. An evolutionary mindset requires an individual to be self-aware and reflective, as they must constantly evaluate their own behavior and decisions to determine what is working and what needs to change. So again, self-awareness is one of those big things when you're trying to elevate to the next level, being able to reflect on what you did and how you can improve on it. The evolution of a mindset is part of a larger shift in perspective and thinking, and understanding how we show up as leaders and as human beings. Excuse me for that. How successful do you want to be? It's a very important question. And from answering this question, you can evaluate yourself. What are you willing to do to improve or accelerate your level of success in your life? What do you want to achieve? How successful do you want to be? How are you showing up in your life? The evolution of a mindset is very important. You have to know exactly what you want to be. You have to evaluate yourself. That's the first thing, going back to being self-aware. So basically, it's like math in a way. When you have a fixed mindset, you're going to keep going on getting the same level of success that you have right now. When you have a growth mindset, you're going to have a current rate of evolution, and you can look at it. How much more successful am I this year than I was last year or 2 years ago? That's your rate of evolution. If you want to increase your rate of evolution, the key is to evolve yourself. Increasing your rate of evolution requires evolving faster. And that's the way you do it, by adopting an evolutionary mindset. Look around you. Everything changes. Everything on this earth is a continuous state of evolving, refining, improving, adapting, and enhancing. We weren't put on this earth to remain stagnant. So today we talked about the evolution of a mindset, the importance of an evolution of a mindset. We talked about a fixed mindset, which is basically having a one-track mind. We talked about a growth mindset, when you're willing to change and you're willing to take on a challenge. And then we got introduced to an evolutionary mindset. So basically taking what you know from within and putting it into perspective and changing how you look at things. This is the SOS podcast, encouraging you to become a better version of yourself, one episode at a time, bringing you closer and closer to the shore of happiness. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you hit that comment. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment. And remember, watch your words, they become your, I said that backwards. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your destiny. Have a great day.